And we're back. How you doing, everyone? This is your host, Jeezy, a.k.a. Jesse, a.k.a. whatever you want to call me. And up next podcast, we have our next guest. We have Mr. Luis. Mr. Luis, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? I'm Luis, son of Luis and Crystal. If you know them, cool. If you don't, we'll probably talk a little about them later on. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what's up.
Yeah, Luis, a.k.a. Little Lou. That's how I always knew you from you were younger, just kind of growing up as, like, always Little Lou.
Yeah, no, everybody keeps calling me that. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like 20, and everybody still calling me Louis and this and that. I'm like, just call me Luis.
Okay.
Whatever.
So you prefer the Luis? So when you introduce yourself to your friends and girlfriends, is that how you go by? It's just Luis?
Yeah, honestly, like, in school, everybody just called me Luis. Cause that's on my birth certificate. So yeah, I'm gonna tell people. Like sometimes teachers will say, "Oh, Louis." I'm like, "No, it's Luis."
So no nicknames from the friends. No like crazy little.
Nah, not really. Just Luis.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, man. Yeah. And what's going on with you, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you up to lately? Since I don't know, you've been out of high school. What? 2 years? 3 years?
2 years, man.
2 years. Tell us about what's like being an adult now and being out in the real world. What do you see?
I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've always wanted this to happen. Growing up, people told me, like, come on, like, take it slow and stuff. But honestly, like, for what, I'm going to reach to that point anyway. Might as well just get it over with. So as soon as I got done with school, it was like a fresh air to me. I get to find myself, who I want to be, what do I want to do, what are my plans. And, I already know what I want to do. I already know what I'm about, and I'm excited for it.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
I like that because a lot of times, it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And most people are that way. They don't know exactly what they want to do at a high school. They're still trying to figure it out. They could spend some years in college, or they start working. It takes a while. It's like, this is what I want to do the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. It was funny because, like, in high school, everybody's telling me, go to school, and this and that. And I wanted to for a minute, don't get me wrong, like, I was going to go to MSJC. I already planned it out. I told my parents. I was hyped about it. And then sure enough, when I graduated, I was, like, kind of, like, really thinking about it. And my dad came into my room. He's like, you figure out what classes you're going to do? I said, honestly, I don't want to go to school no more. And he was like, well, do you want to work with me? And I said, actually, hell yeah, I want to. Like,
yeah.
Growing up, I always saw my dad and his brothers and my grandpa going out, and to me, that was always something like, oh, wow, like, they're making it happy, because they're hard workers, and, I want to be like that. I want to be, a part of that.
What's your experience of it so far? So now that you've kind of, like, been, like, how many months or weeks or years?
In November, it's going to be a year since I started with this company.
Okay. And tell us a little bit of your experience. Nothing specific if you don't have to, but
it's all right.
If you want to kind of maybe share like something that how does it feel like having to get up and grind?
I mean, it's cool. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's the hardest thing. Life, that's life. You gotta go through that. You're gonna have to get up. You're gonna have to make your money. You can't just be sitting at home doing nothing. And I gotta thank my mom and my dad, like especially my dad, because I've seen him doing that, like 2, 1 in the morning, sometimes 12, and him coming back just like, hell yeah, let's get through the day.
That's definitely one thing I know about your pops is just he's always been a hard worker. He's always been like working since day one, since I knew him 20 plus years ago, and it's not easy, especially when you're in that type of industry, the construction, and you deal with those different attitudes. To put it lightly.
Sometimes I get those fools who are kind of like dicks, or that's just how they are, just like whatever, but I try not to get offended. I just whatever, you're gonna meet different people.
You are.
Unfortunately, those people are gonna be right there, but it's all right. They're there.
I have a theory just with those people that are like little hard asses and a little tough. It's not always so much what's going on the project, not what's going on at that moment, but a lot of what stuff is going on overall for them. It's like people carry a lot of whatever bad juju or negative shit on them, and then it's easier to take it out on somebody, rather than kind of deal with it, process it, because I've dealt with every kind of personality there is.
Fuck yeah.
And I just smile and just be kind, and
Move
that's all you can do.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was funny at a job site. One of the supers, he was like, "Damn, dude, you're like always in a good mood. Like, what's up?" And I was like, "Well, why do I want to come in like with a shitty attitude? You know, like I'm gonna ruin someone else's day by being like that. You know, like just be cool, everybody. Just do my thing and move on with the day. You know."
That's the right attitude to have.
Yeah.
Trust me, because yeah, when people show up and all kind of like bad attitude, feeling all groggy and just miserable, and then it just gets infectious because it affects other people's days. And
Almost
you
definitely,
know,
yeah.
it's like that whole saying I've always heard, like, you know, if you're an asshole, you're gonna attract an asshole. You know, it's
yeah,
like,
no, hell yeah, shit. But it's cool though. I like it. You know, it's just clean. I mean, right now, cause what I do is I just go into the houses that are already done. So like, I go
Okay.
in to check them out to see if the painters miss anything or if there's any new drywall or whatever. You know, if I can patch it up, cool. If I can't, I need to tell the super like, hey, like you need to call that guy to come back because it's messed up.
okay,
Or they'll leave a list for me, like simple stuff, and they're like, go do this real quick, and I'm all right, cool, and I do knock it out. And right now at the job site I'm at, it's a lot of labor,
mm-hmm.
a lot of labor, and I'm fucking cool with it. You know, I
Yeah.
love getting myself dirty. Like I don't care, fool. Like that's how it is. You
That's
know?
good, man. I actually started in Palm Springs myself back in the days, roping houses. So yeah, it's. I can't imagine with the heat, man. How are you dealing with it?
Damn, like it's bad, all bad. I think like what a month ago, it's that I wasn't there because I got in an accident and I have a car at the time.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I got a car now, so that's cool. But
Okay.
when I was gone, the super, I overheard the super, he was talking to someone else, and that 4 guys just dropped dead at the job. Just
No
from the
shit?
heat. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Like, bad. And that day I didn't feel good because it was humid.
Yeah.
And it was just, the sun was beaming, and I was like, nope, dude, I gotta go. I don't feel good. And they're like, yeah, fool, just go. And
Yeah.
he went around the job site to tell everybody else, hey, if you don't feel good, get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need no more
Safety,
guys. Yeah.
Because I mean, 4 guys.
Yeah,
I mean, was
4
that
guys.
really a thing, or they just have a heat stroke, or
No, that dropped dead completely.
really?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna have to look that up on Google soon.
Nah, shit, maybe.
Dude.
It probably is. I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
But
That's crazy though. Like, yeah, it's no joke, man. When you're out there working hard and you got, you know, material and tools and everything that you're having to carry up a ladder,
Yeah.
upstairs, anywhere, that shit takes a toll.
Yeah, it does, man. You just gotta be cautious. You gotta be, you gotta know what's up. You know, like, all right, let me take a little break real quick.
Cool.
Go under the shade,
Yeah.
drink some water.
Give yourself
know.
a breather.
Yeah,
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
30 minutes if you have to.
Mhm.
Shit, just tell your super, be like, hey, I don't feel good. Let me take a little break. And they're not dicks. They'll be all right for sure. It's hard. They know too, because they're out there with us. They're not just right there in the trailer just fucking typing on a keyboard. They go out there, they
Yeah.
get their hands dirty too. So they
They're
know
always
what's
checking.
up.
Yeah, that's
they
good.
know what's up.
That's a good leader, because if you have that one guy, because I've been on those job sites where it's like, the project managers or the superintendents, they're just in their trailers with the AC going on and the paperwork, like, because I've been guilty of it. I was that guy.
Oh yeah, were you? Oh shit.
Yeah, I was helping out on a solar project up in Fresno, and
Oh shit.
yeah,
okay.
I was just chilling there. I was
Yeah.
just doing my
Okay.
paperwork,
Yeah.
seeing what needed to be done, because hey, you got to get everyone paid.
Well,
So
yeah, hell yeah,
I got to
shit.
make sure all the payments are processed, everything's signed off.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's like you could look at me as like, oh, the guy that's in the trailer in the AC.
Yeah.
Or you can look at me, hey, there's the guy that's like pushing the paperwork to get me paid.
He's hooking it up for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fool, you gotta look at it both sides. You can't just be like, this fool don't do shit. Like, he's just inside fucking doing whatever the fuck. Like, nah, fool, he's helping us out. You don't know it, but he's helping
Don't
us
know
out.
exactly. I'm trying to make it easier.
Yeah.
I was
fool.
trying to find efficient ways to, like, if we don't have to do it this way, or if I could get somebody else to kind of maybe do it that way, or get some extra manpower.
Yeah.
It's all that, because, and it was during around this COVID, so
Yeah.
there was dudes that were like dropping like left and right, just
Fuck
like,
no.
oh, I'm no feel good, and a lot of them were
Fuck.
faking it.
Oh, a lot of them just got out of work.
We're faking
Oh,
it.
those
And they're
fools get on my nerves.
We found out, like, or go get your test.
Yeah,
we need to make
please.
sure you
Yes.
tested, and then they came back. Oh, I think it was something else.
Nah, caught him fucking red-handed.
Like bullshit, and like,
Yeah.
okay, get back to work.
Yeah, fool. Fuck
Yeah.
man. That's what's up, my boy. Nah, but yeah, it works cool, fool. I like it. It is what it is. That's something that I'm not gonna stick right there, cause I want to go with my pops. He's a union. He's up there
Yeah.
framing metal, doing all this crazy shit. He's building hospitals. He's all over. All over LA.
Mhm.
Just cool, man. Like,
yeah, that's exactly what's up, man. I've helped out, and back in my days when I was working with these hands.
Yeah, fuck yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, it feels very rewarding. You know,
fuck
you'll
yeah.
get there when you're like actually start framing stuff out or installing this, installing that. You're gonna have that little bit of like accomplishment, because there's a lot of times I drive by my old projects and I'm like, yeah, I worked here.
Yeah,
I worked there.
I know that's how my dad is too. Like when we go, like, I don't know, some, like, we rarely go to like right there in Los Angeles, but when we go, like, my dad's like, I was on that job site, I built that shit. Like,
yeah,
like with me, like, yeah, that's why I want to feel, you know, that's why I want to get in that line of work. I want to drive past like different areas and be like, fool, I was here, I worked here, I built that shit, you know. Fools told me the blueprints, I handled my shit and fucking did my thing, you know.
It's a good feeling, because a lot of times people that are like working in offices and maybe doing stuff that is rewarding, you know, because I kind of miss that good rewarding feeling, but at the same time, like, I know I'm also doing projects, I'm developing projects, so it feels good to actually build something. That's why I'll do stuff around the house, and I'm like, it's that rewarding feeling.
Oh fuck yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
it's cool. Yeah, and I'm excited too, because, you know, like, I want my dad, like, I'm gonna be working with my dad and my uncle, and you know, those are the guys I want to be with. You know, everybody knows who they are. You know, they tell me, go to any job site and ask them, like, if they know who I am. I guarantee you they're gonna know, because, you know, they're hard workers. You know, they made a reputation for themselves.
Reputation, exactly. That kind of thing, when you're showing, like, you know, what you're made out of, you know, your reputation follows you.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. And like, I'm like kind of nervous too, but excited, because, you know, that's my dad. You know, like, if he's saying everybody knows who he is, and when my tios are telling me, like, fool, everybody knows who your dad is, and everybody has nothing but good to say, I got some boots to fill in, you know. I'm his son, you know. They're gonna expect me to be where he's at, you know. It's gonna be a struggle for me, but man, fuck it, man, I'm always ready for a challenge. Well,
the way you're conducting yourself and the way you're carrying yourself, you're gonna have no problems, man. You're just gonna keep carrying on the legacy, the tradition. You're gonna keep doing it, and if not, like any good father, any good teacher would want, they'd want you to do not only as good as them, but better. Yeah. So that's what they would want. They're like, yeah, you know, do what I do, but do better.
Yeah, that's what my dad always tells me, you know, and, you know, that motivates me, because I'm always there. I'm always looking for his approval, you know. Yeah, you know, we might bump heads, or like we might not see certain things, but at the end of the day, that's my dad, you know. Like, I look up to him, you know. He went from nothing to something, you know.
There you go, man.
Struggling. But yeah, man, like, I love my parents. They showed me a lot. Like I said, even with my mom, you know, we might bump heads, argue or whatever, you know. We might not talk to each other for half a week, but at the end of the day, that's my mama, you know.
There you go.
And my parents, they're always there for me, and I'm always gonna be there for them.
That's a good way to approach things, good way to see things, and you're right, man. It's always gonna be family. Family's nothing but love, and they're gonna be there for you whenever you need something. Yeah. As I am here, you know, it's like, I got family that needs anything, boom, I'm there.
Yeah, fuck yeah, of course, 100%, you know.
So what's the plans for the future? What do you see yourself? I know you're still young, and where do you see yourself, like, in 5 years? You know, like, do you want to travel? Do you want to buy a house, or where do you see yourself?
5 years, like, yeah, I just want to work, and I want to travel too. You know, like, yeah, I want to get a house, but, you know, I don't know yet. That's another big step, you know. Like, getting an apartment, it's a different thing. That's like preparing you for a house, but, you know, no, probably just right there working and going traveling, you know. I want to see new things. I'm tired of just seeing California or seeing Mazatlan, you know. Yeah, I want to go out. I want to go see other countries, man. I want.
Have you visited, like, what other states have you visited?
Just Sinaloa, just like in California.
Yeah, like in the United States. Like, what other states have you seen?
I've been to right here, California, Utah. I've been to Arizona. I've been to Nevada. I've been to New York. I've been to Florida. So yeah, man, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of beautiful places in this country, but, you know, there's other cultures, there's other places where you can just be like, wow, you don't see this every day where I'm at, you know.
Absolutely, man. We're just out in Portland with your Theo and a couple of our buddies, and we're all just kind of talking about that on the previous podcast. It's like, man, like, we need to travel more, we need to do this, and, you know, the idea kind of came around, like, oh, we should go and see, like, the Northern Lights in Alaska.
Oh fuck yeah.
Or maybe do Canada, you know. I don't know, go see what's out there.
Yeah, like, Canada always, like, interests me, you know. They're, like, right next door, you know. Why not go, you know?
Yeah.
It's like going to Mexico.
It's like Mexico, exactly. It's like, you should be able to go in there with just, like, your passport or or a real ID, whatever, and just kind of go back and forth, then it should be easier.
Oh shit.
I could bet the border times aren't as crazy as it is like in Mexico, because you've probably been there and you know it's like,
no, I know, I've been to Tijuana.
It takes forever to get back.
I know it sucks. You're right there for who knows how long. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. That's life, you know. Like I love that country, you know. That's where my family comes from. Well, my parents were from LA County, but that's where their parents are from, you know.
Exactly.
I have pride in my culture, you know. Like a lot of people kind of like forget about, like, oh no, I'm an American. Like, nah, fuck that. Like I might have been born here, you know, but fuck that. At the end of the day, I'm still Mexican, you know.
Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, I still get asked a lot. You know, it's funny. Like I've actually got confused for Asian.
Oh really?
I was like, are you mixed Asian or something? Like, no. Do I look Asian?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, kinda.
Yeah, you look pretty Hispanic.
I still represent. Like, I'll still surprise when I go to a construction site, like, ole, ¿qué ole? ¿Cómo está, man?
Yeah.
How's it going? And they're like, oh, hablas español? Like, yeah, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool.
And every time I go anywhere, man, you know, I show up anywhere suited and booted. I see my peoples, you know, I give them a little nod and just kind of give them like, hey, you know, I'm here.
Give some love to the raza.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
You know, it's like you probably picked this up. So anytime you go anywhere, you always just give that little nod of like, hey, what's up?
That's how it is at work every day, you know. And then you form those friendships with those guys, you know.
Yep.
And then you talk to them every day, you know, and fucking cool as fuck. And then it sucks when we gotta go to this job site. Fuck. All right, my boy, I'll catch you later, you know. Or like me too, like I'm leaving to some other job site. Fuck, like you sure? Like yeah, film out. Fuck, all right, cool. You know, it was great working with you. So
there you go, man. And you know, it helps to have those connections too. So I still have like old phone numbers from way back in the days. So every now and again, I'll remember like, oh, I need something because of this, but maybe that person's still in business. I could still reach out to them.
Yeah.
So it's always good to network. So maybe down the road, you know, you might know them, or you know, might get to like, oh yeah, you know, I know this person.
Yeah.
I went to a dinner yesterday, and somebody said, oh, do you know so and so? I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, how funny, I know them. You're like, oh really?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they're my best friend so and so. And I was like, oh, no shit. Fuck. So it's like, you know, it's when you leave those lasting impressions, it stays with people, and then people remember you, and then they know you. Like we were just talking about the reputations.
No, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. You wanna be that guy that everybody likes, you know?
Yeah.
Or you don't want to be that fucking asshole that this fool's coming back. Like yeah, sometimes they're like, oh, we're bringing this guy back. Fuck.
Yeah, this guy, he doesn't work. He's lazy.
Fuck yeah. But oh well, you know, shit.
Well. You work with what you get.
Yeah, you know, if they get in trouble, that's their fault, homie. Handle your business. I'll handle mine.
Exactly.
If you need help, I'll give you a helping hand, but that's about it, you know.
There you go. So we're gonna jump right into these little questions that I have here, and I'll tell you what, man. I'm gonna do this for the first time, so I'll let you pick one question here from random.
Oh yeah, cool.
And then answer it to the best of your ability.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, man. Pick anyone.
Damn, I don't even know, to be honest with you. A lot.
All right, since my guest won't pick one, I'm gonna pick one for him. So how about this one? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Honestly, I'd probably pick Japan.
Really?
Yeah, I want to go there so bad. Like, I'm still trying to make a trip for myself. It's just the money problem, you know. I need to save up, but yeah, that's where I'm going. That's
all right. Since you're on Japan, I mean, what's the attraction to it? Like, what do you see, or like, what do you like from there?
It's just like the culture, you know. The people there, you can just tell everybody's respectful. Everybody's just, you know, nice. You know, it's a beautiful country. The mountains, the forest, you know, everything, their sculptures. It's just a beautiful culture to me. I love seeing all that.
I thought maybe you were gonna be like Japanese anime
too. Yeah. I fucking love anime.
If you watch any of this, I mean, as you can tell, I'm a Dragon Ball fan.
Fuck yeah, I fucking love anime. It's cool as fuck. You know, it's funny. All my homies are like, "You watch anime?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." Like, what the fuck? Like, you're gay. I'm like, "Come on, like, how are you gonna shit on me?" Like,
check it out before you shit on it.
No, I know. Like with Disney too, you know, my dad makes fun of me because like I'm a little Disney kid still.
Oh really?
Yeah, like growing up when, you know, my dad was at work or doing his thing, my mom would always tell me to go put on a Disney movie, and we'd sit together and we would watch them. And you know, that's like one of the best memories growing up was with my mom. You know, she was right there with me when my dad was out doing his thing, and you know, going to Disneyland too. We would go every month, at least once, twice a month, and that always stuck with me. You know, I love Disneyland. I love seeing the characters. Like, I don't know, it has like a special place in my heart. That's like me and my mom type of thing, you know?
I totally get that, because it's funny. I have friends that are like just super obsessed with Disney. Like, they go to all the conventions, they go to all the amusement parks. You know, they have the season passes, and I'm like, man, you know, I like Disney too, but I don't love it like that. It's like, what's the attraction to it? And they always tell me that. It's like, I don't know, it's just nostalgia. It's like feeling that kind of childhood youth that I used to have, and I guess they're really like drawn to it. But you know, everyone's different.
No, yeah, you know, it's fun. I love all that stuff. You know, sometimes I'd get my mom, let's watch a Disney movie. You know, Disney Plus. You know, it's right there. Let's watch something.
Best thing ever. So it put all the Disney like right there.
Yeah, right there. You don't have to go through your old VHSs or your DVDs and try to look for it. It's all scratched. Shit.
That's like, funny that you remember VHSs. Usually, like, anyone your age is like, what the hell's a VHS?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a VHS, but I'm pretty sure the people who were listening, they probably did. The listeners who are, you know, I know a lot of the listeners are a little older than me, so they probably had VHS and
of course.
Yeah. Or like cassette tapes and stuff. I didn't have none of that. I had like DVDs, the iPod, the crappy little iPods that they first came out with.
I remember those.
But yeah,
because I remember like, oh wow, you could watch a movie on this.
Yeah,
that was like pretty groundbreaking. Like to us, because I mean, we started seeing technology advance in our adult like eyes. That shit that never existed.
Yeah, I know.
So
like,
to us, it was like,
yeah, because at first it was you guys were going out, you know, having fun, getting dirty and whatnot. I mean, yeah, us too, I guess. But like everybody's like, you know, social media's it has a hand on everything now, you know. A lot of people.
One big distraction.
Yeah, what do you see people do when they're out and about on their phones, you know?
On their phones, man. They're just right on. That's an addiction.
Yeah.
People just need to like look at their phones and just it's that fear of missing out.
Yeah,
it's an actual syndrome that people associate now. It's like fear of missing out.
Do you feel like you have that? Like you don't want to be?
It's random. It'll work subconsciously where I'm not even thinking about it. And I'm like, I'll grab my phone and I'll just start scrolling through social media. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I need to work.
No, yeah.
Like I don't know. I'll get like a weird thing to just kind of like, let me look at my phone. I'm like, it's kind of like it's a window to people's lives.
No, yeah, most definitely. And like, you know, your interest too. You know, you look at stuff that interests you. Like for me, it's like comics or like movies, video games. You know, other stuff. You know, looking at people through like the Instagram to see what they're doing, what their day-to-day life is, you know, like, and you're like right there like, fuck, like my life's like the complete opposite because I'm working and they're like going out and stuff, but it's all right, you know.
I get that too, you know. It's like when you're at work or if you're out doing something that's not as fun, just a little escapism to your phone where it's like, oh wow, you know, this person's doing that person's doing this, and like, oh, they're enjoying a meal, you know, that food looks good. It's like, man. All right, question number 2. Let me see. Okay, hey, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Honestly,
for the listeners listening.
Honestly, I don't think I have one, to be honest with you. I feel like, I mean, like, a lot of people have, like, their little peeves and stuff, but I just don't see whatever, you know, if you chew your food loud or if you, like, talk over people, you know, hey, whatever, you know. You're used to that, so, you know.
Why so you're pretty just accepting of, like, people's flaws. Like,
like, why am I going to shit on you because you're doing something that, you know, whatever, you know.
Hey, that's a good attitude to have because, you know, most people be like, oh my God, when people are speeding or they cut me off or something just like, silly.
They get like mad like for nothing, you know, like something small. Yeah, you're going to forget tomorrow.
Something small.
Yeah, exactly. That's something you're going to forget tomorrow. Like, you're not even going to remember like what the fuck you got mad about. But
mine's just wasting time. I don't like when people waste my time.
I don't know, like if I was like had something planned, if someone else tells me, oh no, we're gonna do something, like come through, like alright, fuck, you know. But then when I pull up, they ain't really doing anything, man, whatever, fuck it, I'll just go back home, you know. Ain't a big deal, you know. Fuck it.
Yeah. And that's the right attitude to have.
Oh yeah.
It's to like not let those things affect you. Most people, they get mad, they internalize it, and they can't process it the way other people can.
Yeah, get crazy for no reason. Yeah, it's alright though.
Alright, how about we move on to question number 3?
Show.
Let's see, we'll go down here. Oh, how about this one? Give me 3 movies you would recommend to my audience and why.
Oh no, there's a lot of good movies. You can't just pick one, you know, or like you can't.
The first 3 that come to mind are always usually the ones that are at the top of your list.
Yeah.
So right away, if you think of one, that's 1, and then 2, and then 3.
I feel alright. If you guys like into, the people who are listening like body horror, like I should suggest John Carpenter's The Thing. That's a good movie. Like the puppetry.
You know what's funny? I've never seen it.
Oh, you're missing out. It's a good movie.
All right, I'm gonna do this because your Theo also recommended it to me.
Oh yeah.
And so I'll watch it tonight.
It's a good movie. I like it.
All right. I've heard good things about it.
No, yeah.
I just never. It's one of those old movies that like. There's a lot of like old classic movies that like, oh man, I should probably watch it.
No, yeah, fuck yeah, it's a good movie. I like it a lot. And the second movie, I like to say I had it in my head, but now it's gone for some reason. I don't know. I'm still thinking. I'm trying to look for it in my mind because I had it, but it flew off.
Well, whichever one comes to mind, that's usually the right one. They're just like, oh, okay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
Yeah. The second one has to be probably. We're gonna be here for a minute. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Hey, no worries. I'm gonna snip out all this dead air.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna be like, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah,
you can be like, doot, 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 and I'll snip it.
That's what's up. But what are your movies that you would recommend to someone? Like, I'm curious because I know you. I know you have good movies.
I got lots that I watch. The ones that come to mind right away are Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is a great Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet type movie.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with breakup.
Yeah.
That I'll give you the quick synopsis. It's a breakup, and then they decide to erase their memories. And then by chance, they find each other again, and they start dating again.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's one. And my other ones, of course, the gangster movies. I'd go with like Goodfellas or Casino. You can't go wrong with those ones.
Godfather.
Yeah. Godfather 2.
Yeah.
And then probably just another one just for action adventure. I like the old ones. So Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good movie too. I like the Quentin Tarantino movies. They're pretty good.
They are.
Yeah.
I was just watching this documentary that your Theo recommended. And I watched it was like a 3-part series on Quentin Tarantino and his movies. I was like, all right, a lot of little trivia stuff that I didn't know about, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it makes good movies, you know. Like, you gotta love his style, the gore, and
you got a favorite one?
I think probably Inglourious Bastards.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of my I would say like out of the Quentin Tarantino ones, that's up there top 3.
Yeah.
Just rewatched Kill Bill, still holds up. Like I was like watching it, I was like, man, the soundtrack is really good.
Yeah, I know he picks out pretty good songs for his movies. I also like Reservoir Dogs. That was always a good one to me.
Yeah, that one's a classic too.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction is pretty good too.
Of course, classic.
Yeah. He's got a lot of gems. Honestly, I mean, a lot of people. There was this one movie. It wasn't the one with Jamie Foxx. What's that one called? Django. It wasn't that. What was another Western movie he made a few years back? What is it? The Hateful Eight. Yeah, I already said that was kind of like his weakest one, but I thought it was pretty good.
No, I just recently watched that. Like again, because after watching that whole little documentary thing, I went through all his movies and just started going from like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, to like Inglourious Bastards, and then also Hateful Eight. I was like, all right, I gotta watch it, because Netflix did like almost episodic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, an extended version of the movie.
Oh shit! Okay.
So it was pretty cool. I think I got to appreciate it better more because I knew all the backstory behind it.
Yeah.
All the little details. I was all right. I give it a better appreciation. The first time I was the same way.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this sucks. I was like, everyone dies. But spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
I watched it and then it just made more sense to me. Like, all right, I get it. Shit was wild back then.
Yeah. No, I like those the older Western movies are pretty cool. Like The Mandalorian, I think like that has a lot of Western atmosphere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And, the samurai stuff, like the Ronin and the little child. I thought that was cool. That's like something else that Star Wars.
No, that's definitely it's a different little element and I like that it's its own contained story. Yeah, it has Jedi stuff in there, but
It's alright.
they really need to branch out and get more of those original stories.
Yeah, the little like the gunslinger kind of like the crew or like whatever, you know, something cool, something that says like Star Wars, you know, that has its own little flavor, you know, that's not really following the formula.
Was it the Book of Boba Fett or was it the Mandalorian where that one guy they had a shootout?
Oh, Cad Bane, yeah.
Cad Bane, yes.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's my boy right there.
Which one was it?
It was the Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett, okay.
When they had that
one was probably like the best.
Yeah, that was dope. That was kind of like, oh shit, like,
okay.
Damn.
Like, I like that, man. You know your shit. You're like, hey, Cad Bane. I was going to say it, but I didn't know if you were going to get it.
No, yeah, I know Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, I know my Star Wars. Don't trip. No, but yeah, I like that Clint Eastwood type of vibe to it. Those old, like, John Wayne movies, like, just those Western movies. They're really interesting.
It's
always fun to watch. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
I just saw the Josie Wales of Clint Eastwood. I'd never seen one of his old ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, well, fuck it, let me see it. You know, and it looked really good and looked really interesting. And I was like, all right, I'll fuck with this.
No, yeah, fuck yeah. I love, yeah, he has good movies. Dirty Harry's pretty good, too. I like that one. And Gran Torino, that one.
Gran Torino.
Oh,
yeah, that's another great one.
Yeah, he was made for that character.
Yeah, I liked that it was different and gave another perspective on like just different cultures.
Yeah,
you know how people were raised, how people grew up. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting to see it that way.
Yeah, it's always fun watching those movies that dig deep into other cultures and whatnot. Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. A lot of good movies out there. You know, it's just like a lot of people don't have the time, or they get bored. And you know, if you're not doing anything and you know you want to relax, kick it, watch.
Well, as you can tell, I love movies by my theater room.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, your little man cave. I like it.
Yeah, that's why I got the theater seats, and
yeah,
I'll just be right here, man. Just watching my movies, playing my video games. Yeah. Got my little collection.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shout out to Jermaine for helping me out with some of the collectibles I've collected. You know, I got a little Nintendo and PS1, 2, and 3.
The oldies
4,
but goodies.
5, yeah.
Yeah, good games. Yeah, I know.
How about TV shows, man? Any ones that come to mind as a recommendation?
Just cartoons. Honestly, I can't really sit through a TV show. They're kind of like...
Okay.
Like the CW, DC shows are kind of bad. I don't like them.
No?
Nah, not the Flash. Arrow was pretty cool, I guess, like the first few seasons, but after that, it's kind of whatever. But no, it's just cartoons, honestly. Like Adventure Time. I'm binging it again, you know.
Well, speaking of cartoons, have you ever watched Rick and Morty?
Oh, fuck yeah. Rick and Morty's my shit. Yeah.
There you go, man.
It's funny. My brother got my dad into it, and I never thought my dad would be into it because, you know, it's not really his thing, but he really liked it. But yeah, Adventure Time, you know, another show.
Yeah.
Steven Universe. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
It sounds familiar. Is that kind of explain it to me?
It's like some boy that he lives on the beach with these three like mother figures that knew his mom, but she passed away because she gave him. It's like kind of hard to explain, but she like kind of formed into him in a way.
Okay.
So he's half
and it's not
human.
the one I'm thinking about.
No.
I was thinking about another one that somebody recommended, and it was like kind of a multiverse type thing where he goes around and interviews, but at the same time it comes off as a podcast.
I don't know. Sounds pretty interesting. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look for it.
I checked it out and it was like okay, but I don't know. I think the concept was okay, but it didn't interest me enough to like, all right, let me see another one.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, it was cool. It was different.
No, yeah. Just cartoons, honestly. Like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you grew up with the like Hanna-Barbera cartoons and Looney Tunes, and that's what I like. I like all the older cartoons, like after the 70s and down.
Yeah, those were the classic ones. The old Looney Tunes. I mean, that's kind of what was on Saturday nights and or Saturday mornings. I'm sorry. Yeah. We grew up on that stuff. Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes.
Oh hell yeah! I like older stuff, like kind of like past like the 70s and down. You know, like
it's good to have an appreciation for the older stuff.
So. Oh yeah, 100%.
Same here, man. I'm always like going into stuff that even I wasn't born, but I still like all the old 60s and 70s stuff.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of gems out there, you know. just you gotta take the time to go and find them and enjoy them for what they are.
There you go, man. Yeah. Well, I could definitely recommend some of the stuff that's out there right now for like TV shows, like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Sopranos. A lot of great HBO shows, by the way.
Yeah, no, HBO is kind of like the king of the shows, kind of like making their own little shows that are, mainstream, like pop culture.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool. Like I kind of got into them like later after they were already done. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna rewatch them. They were actually pretty good. They held up pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, how about we go to question number? I think this is 3 or 4. I don't know.
4.
There you go, number 4. How about this one? What's the best compliment you've received?
Oh, this is actually pretty funny. It was probably my sophomore year of high school, and I was walking with my homeboys after school. We walked past the buses, and we were talking whatnot, and some black girl popped her head out of the bus, and she was like, "Damn, you got some cakes, nigga." I said, "What the?" And I looked back, I was like, "God damn, girl, you got me off guard." And she was laughing, and I was like, "What the?" And I told my boys, I was like, "You heard her?" She was like, "What'd she tell you?" I said, "It was probably nothing." And we kept walking, but that was funny. I told my parents, and they were just laughing.
I like those like out of left field type random things that happen. It's cool.
It's funny, dude.
That's what makes life cool, man. You just never know when shit like that's gonna pop off. So
makes your day better,
It makes your day better. Yeah.
You like, shit, guess where I got complimented, shit. That's what's up.
Yeah, I think enough people need to do that more. Like, give those compliments, not that specific compliment.
Yeah.
Because you might get slapped telling the wrong person. But definitely, you just gotta like go out there and just make everyone's day better.
Yeah, hey, you look good today, man.
Yeah, by the way, hey, you're looking pretty handsome. You're looking pretty beautiful.
Yeah, even your boys, like, damn, food, you look pretty good today, my man. Like,
hey, you're like suited and booted. You look good. You got the gear on, looking good.
Nah, I'm all dirty and stuff, but sweaty. But
fun fact: the best compliment that always stand out to me was receiving a compliment from a fellow peer.
Yeah.
Someone that I looked up and kind of noticed, if someone were to ask me, like, hey, that's a handsome man.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the fact that he turned around and said, dude, you are looking good today. And you're a handsome dude. And I was like, dude, that's like, hearing that from someone that I admire.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, I appreciate that.
Yeah, hell
that always remembers me. It was kind of like one of those out of the blue too, because we're out in Vegas, we're out drinking, it's for a company function, and then I forgot the context of the conversation, but it just came up. I think I was feeling insecure about something, or I said something like, "Man, I'm not really feeling this,"
and he boosted your confidence.
And then there you go.
Shit,
maybe that's what it was.
Or it's cool too. I like a random person, like that girl, someone I don't know. Like, hey man, I like your shoes. I like your hair. Like, you look good. Like, thanks, man. You look pretty good yourself.
The world needs more of that.
Yeah, hell yeah, 100%.
Needs more boosting, more confidence building. Instead of like all this negativity that circles around.
Yeah, that too. You don't know if that person is going through the most shittiest day they've ever been through, and just that one compliment from that one stranger can be like, wow, like that shit, that put a smile on my face. Fuck yeah.
It could turn things around.
Fuck yeah, shit. He probably got laid later that night because of his confidence. Who knows?
The confidence carries you like a wave. You just surf it, and then you just don't know where you'll be.
The motion of the ocean, man.
Motion of the ocean. It just takes you.
For sure. So let me ask you, man. Like,
go ahead, man.
Like, growing up in Mova, like, how was it?
Growing up in Mova was actually pretty interesting because it felt more of a community, felt smaller.
Yeah.
Things were smaller back then, so there was only X amount of places you could go, X amount of people your age, and X amount of places where you could go eat. So it felt smaller. Things are bigger, things are more options, things are more mobile. People have Uber.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all broke, so we were all crammed into one little car. So it wasn't as convenient to do all the things you could do. I mean, we were just talking about this too. So I was having a conversation with somebody. It's like we used to go to the randomest parties in the world, like far away, like somewhere in between Hemet, Paris, and
somewhere,
out there. And so the concept behind that, it's like, how do we find those places? We used to look it up online, like directions.
Oh shit.
And then, there was times where people would leave directions on their voicemail.
Oh shit, cool.
So it was like beepers.
Yeah.
You would call into these lines, leave the directions on the voicemail. So, hey, if you want to go to the party, you got to turn left on da-da-da-da, and you're going to make a right on that. You're going to go 3/4 down the mile. And you'd have to listen in, and then, you're on a payphone. Yeah. You'd have to, like, call back. So that was a struggle for us back then. Now it wasn't cell phones.
Yeah, now, like, people just share, like, there's a party going down at Beaumont, Banning, right there in Mobile or Temecula, wherever. And, like, with me, like, when I'm with my homeboys, you kind of have to pick and choose where you want to go kick it or where you want to go party, because, you're going to come across some fools, that are trying to start shit, and we're already drunk and loaded, so, it can go bad, but...
It can go bad.
But, hey, man, it's for fun, if everybody's cool, drinking, partying, dancing, what do you got to worry about, It's just that one guy that just fucks up.
The one guy, and I've learned a lot of the times, it's because they're striking out.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're losing their machismo. So, in other words, to earn their machismo points and feel like a man, they start shit. They start picking on either somebody smaller or start picking a fight for no reason. Yeah. It's because they're not getting a lot of love from the ladies.
Attention, and they're already drunk.
And they're drunk.
So they're high on something,
and then they get all frustrated and just ruin the party for the rest of everyone.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you were in your youth. You were what? You were part of a rebel crew, right?
We were a party crew, and we did party. We promoted. We.
You guys promoted?
Yeah, we did flyers. We all had our nicknames. That's why you know me as Jeezy, because of that. Yeah, your pops too. He was with us. We were Wonder Boys.
My dad was a Wonder Boy?
He was a Wonder Boy.
I thought my mom said he was part of some other crew.
He was also, but we also got him in Wonder Boys. This is like when he started hanging around all of us, and we were all Wonder Boys. And so he did join for a little bit, and then we kind of didn't really like disbanded like shortly after that. So we were like, it was a thing that we did. We all hung out together.
Everybody grew up, man.
Drove to like different parties. And the struggle was a lot of times we didn't know if the party was still going on.
Yeah.
We'd get there at, 10 o'clock. Party got broken up by cops. Too loud or, too many young kids that were outside drinking and they broke up the party. So we'd have to just keep driving around, calling around, payphones.
Oh, fuck that.
Restaurants, little Jack in the Boxes with the restrooms that were open. Someone had to use the restroom. We were... back in the days, the bargains were like 29-cent hamburgers at McDonald's, 39-cent cheeseburgers. Yeah. We'd get like $20 worth of food and split it with everyone. So yeah, we were all in it together. We were all broke. We all just kind of pulled all our resources, and anywhere that was the spot. We just we worked with what we had and we made it fun.
No, yeah, most definitely. I mean, shit, at least you fucking went out and tried, like it's better than being home. You're like, man, there ain't shit to do.
Yeah, but sometimes we needed to stay home to appreciate it, because I remember it was a Tuesday or something. I called my boy like, hey, where's the party at? Let's go. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I'm on, bro. It's Tuesday. It's like I'm watching Buffy.
Yeah, I'm in my pajamas still, homie. Shit. Nah,
but that was me when I was younger, because I always wanted to go, and we were like 17, 18, 19.
Yeah. Oh, you guys were almost out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Most of us were out. Some of us were still in, so we had a pretty diverse group. I think we were all from like 21 to like 14. Oh, that was kind of like the age range, so we didn't really discriminate anyone that was, they're younger, so they can't hang with us. Yeah. Or like, they're too old, what the hell? Yeah. It was always kind of like, if you're cool people and like...
Come kick it.
Yeah, come through.
Well, how'd you meet my dad?
Through your Theo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. And I know your mom, too, from high school, because, your Theo, that's the sister. So it's like, hey, what's up? And, I'm so-and-so. Hey, what's up? I think I was probably like 18. Yeah. I want to say 18 or 17. I might have been 17. But it was like, yeah. So if we're doing the math, 22 years ago.
Oh, 22? Damn.
22 years ago ish.
Fuck, that's like a while ago.
That's a while ago.
Nah, but well, you're like what, 40?
40.
40?
Just turned 40.
Oh man, you're still a young guy. Like a lot of people are like, oh well, I'm 41. I'm like, you're still young. Old to me,
Age
like
is just a mindset. So
Yeah.
it's like, as long as you still have that, youthful, cheery disposition.
Yeah.
You're not that old, salty old man that yelling at the kids that are walking on their lawn
Yeah.
or, throwing the football around like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys are being too loud. It's like, nah, kids are being
Yeah.
kids.
I feel like old to me is like 70 and above. That's kind of like that's it. If you're like under 60 or under 70, you're still young to me.
Yeah, there's still a lot of years to live, so
You can't
trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, man.
Traveling.
No, yeah, no, I've always heard like you're always going around the world, and I'm like, man, damn, fuck, dude, he's having the best time of his life.
We got plans. We're going to Chicago this Thursday
Oh, is that
for
right?
a wedding,
Oh, okay, cool.
and we got back from Portland
Yeah.
for the wedding, and then we're actually going back to Paris at the end of the year, December, for New Year's.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Holy
so-
shit, that's fucking dope. How was Paris like, if you don't mind me asking? Because I hear
It's great.
I hear different stuff, that it's dirty, the people are rude, and
The only thing you got to watch out for is gypsies.
they're still a thing.
They're gypsies.
Oh shit.
So
And
they're-
what are they like? Where do they come from? Like,
Well, it's like anywhere you go. Anywhere, it's like it's an international spot. You got foreigners that are out there, selling. Like, think of it like Mexico when you're on the border and people are trying to sell you stuff.
but like they're still.
You have that. You have different people from different countries
Oh,
that are
yeah.
just, I guess you would call nomads. They have no country to have their own. So
Yeah.
hence the word gypsy. Gypsies are just kind of free floating folk that just go around wherever and do whatever.
Yeah.
But you got to watch out for is they'll kind of like distract you and pickpocket you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's funny. Right off the train, when we got off the train, they were like, "Oh, here." They'll hand you a note,
Oh shit.
and then you're reading it. You're distracted, but you're trying to read it because it'll have multiple languages. And you're like, "Okay, English." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then there'll be this little description or sentence of whatever. And then as soon as I started reading it, this guy behind me, he had to be from London or England. He was like, hey, get out of here. Come on, get out of here. Like, hey, you don't have to read that. Like, I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, they just do that to distract you, and then they try to pickpocket you.
Oh, so he was.
I was
trying
like, oh.
So he
Thank you.
Yeah, he hooked you up. Shit.
Yeah.
There's other people are like, I don't care. It's like damn,
Exactly.
dick. Like, you live here, you know what's what, and you're gonna be like that. But nah.
It's funny, too. I actually ran into a celebrity while in Paris.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe you know this guy, this character, but he's the character, Rush Hour?
Yeah.
So the Asian guy with the blonde hair,
Asian guy. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Joan Tao, but they thought it was Jun Tao, but it actually ended up being the white guy. But yeah, it was that guy. He also did he did an X-Men movie with the little spikes.
Yeah. I remember.
So he's all like X-Men 3 when he had the little
X-Men 3.
spikes.
Yeah.
He was on Lost, the TV
Lost.
show.
Yeah.
That's how I recognized them, because I just started watching that show Lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, aren't you so-and-so from Lost? I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm like, hey, let me take a picture of you. He's okay.
Oh, like it was cool.
Yeah, he was like super, like, most people like to be recognized, especially if you're in another country.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's in Paris and I'm in Paris and we're
Yeah.
probably both Americans, and
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, like, hey, I know you.
Yeah, a lot
So-
of people I like see like celebrities and like artists, and they like they like their personal space, but like they come off like kind of like rude, like, oh fool, you're kind of a dick, like. But I get it too. They're always getting chased down by paparazzi, or people are being rude to them. They're kind of like, oh, but it's cool to see someone who's in movies or whatever, and you just well, no way. Like, it's funny too. My mom, like, 2 years ago, she was at Sam's Club and she saw Warren G.
Okay.
Yeah, she approached him and she asked to take a picture with them, and she was like, you can tell he didn't want to take the picture. And I was just like, oh, that's people for you,
Yeah, people are, especially if they're shopping.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like, let me just shop and get out of here.
Yeah.
But the guy was just standing around waiting for his cab. So it's kind of like, he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, sure, I'll take a picture with you.
Yeah.
You ever met anyone famous?
No, I haven't. No, never
Really?
in my life have I ever.
Not even like an athlete or...
Can't say that I have. I mean, I've
Really?
seen baseball players playing, but I never met them. Like, oh, what's up?
Okay.
I would like to. That'd be pretty cool. Like someone that I've seen from a movie, someone that's recognizable. That was what's up.
Well, if you're ever out in L.A. or Orange County, it's a likelihood you might run into somebody.
Yeah.
And then just maybe catch them on a good mood and be like, hey, can I take a picture? Like, yeah, sure.
Or if not, like a nod, like I don't know, something shit.
Or have you ever been to one of those comic book conventions?
Yeah, I've been to LA Comic Con.
Because they have like those special guests. And
Yeah.
Man, I think I still have some photos here of when we went.
It's been a minute. I haven't went
I'm
in
gonna
a
pull
while.
out some old photos. When was it? I think it was either 2014 or I don't know. I used to go to one like every year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What made you stop? You kind of got bored of it, or?
Yeah, the crowds. Because
Crowds.
we were doing the LA convention one.
Yeah, I've been to that one.
And it just started getting more and more crowded.
Yeah.
Here we go. Who did we run into on this one here? Yeah, like this guy. That was like one of the Power Rangers.
Oh, that
the black guy and the blue and the blue, or the Black Ranger and the Blue Ranger. Who are these guys? Oh, these guys were from Game of Thrones. Man, I didn't even know this was what's her face and her. Huh? How funny. Edward James Olmos.
Oh no way, who was there?
Yeah, Edward James Olmos.
No way, that's funny.
Yeah, and just the artwork. Oh, Tommy Wiseau from like The Room.
The Room. Oh shit.
Yeah, so
that's funny. Hell yeah, that's what's
yeah.
up.
We've done like quite a few of these ones. It's fun. So you'll run into those kind of people that had their little moment in the sun and just doing the comic book convention circuits of just like being there and like, hey, let me take a photo with you, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, it's funny
Sure.
too. You can tell too, like when people were, oh, you made my childhood, and you can tell like that makes them feel a way, like, oh, like cool, like, but other people just kind of want to be left alone. I understand that too, but
Yeah.
there's ways you can come across it. You can be either a dick or you can be cool about it. Like, oh, I'm like busy right now. Can you not? Like, I understand that, but like, oh, what the fuck do you want? Like, fuck you, fool. Like, I was just trying to be cool with you.
I think something like that similar happened with one of the celebs. I think it was like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
He had some stalkers outside his house, and he's like, you guys know this is my house, and this is where I go to, for me time. You guys got to respect that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You guys could ask for an autograph and a photo. I don't mind, but, I don't want you guys to be back here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something else. That's like another level.
Yeah, they got to respect the boundaries. A lot of people don't respect the boundaries.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so that's what was up, man. Traveling,
That's
seeing
good.
things, meeting people.
You ever think to yourself, like, when you were younger, did you ever see yourself traveling around the world? Was that ever like in your mind? Was that something you thought, like,
No, honestly, I credit a lot of it to my wife. She actually was more the traveler, because I don't know, for me, like I traveled all across California, a couple of other states, and I was like, all the people are the same. It's just I did a lot of work in LA, driving a lot, San Francisco, driving a lot. I'm like, everyone's pretty much the same. Everyone's just nice.
Different accents.
So it didn't really like excite me to want to go travel, but it helps when you travel with somebody
else.
A significant other, and you kind of get to enjoy it together. You get to kind of experience it together. We did the whole Cancun thing, which I love. Like, that's actual vacation because it's like a resort.
Yeah.
And you could just
the beach
sit
is right
back.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just be at the beach.
Yeah.
Have as many drinks as you want. Eat as much as you want. Sleep and lay around, swim in the pool. That was like just pure relaxation.
Yeah.
Didn't have to run around and sightsee.
Yeah. Have you went to the islands yet? Like Hawaii, Maui?
I've always looked at it as our little backyard. California's backyard. So I was like, that ain't going anywhere. So I mean, I just had a friend recently go out there and share the photos, and I was like, man, it's really pretty out there.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of considering it more and more to want to go. So
yeah.
we'll probably like I'll probably pick a day and be like, let's just go.
Yeah, hell yeah, shit. Actually, my parents are going with my brother in December.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom's mad at me that I'm not going, but
you don't want to go?
Like, I want to go, but I got work, you know. Like, I'm trying to get my money.
Okay.
I'm trying to get out of my parents' house already.
Save, yes, man. That's the best thing you could do is save and just know what you want. Like, so have like that little step. You're like, yeah, like my first thought is save, and then it's like, okay, I want to get out. Like, where do you want to go? You got to have a plan.
No, yeah.
It all starts as a plan.
No, yeah, 100%. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm always thinking about it. Like, I wanted to go back to Moval, but, you know, everything's just too much. You know, I'd rather just stay right there in San Jacinto. Because, you know, I can get a studio.
You could. Yeah. But it's quite a bit.
No, yeah. But there's people, I don't know.
Or rent a room.
No, not, I don't know. I need my own space because, you know, I want people over. I can't do that at my house because that's my parents' house.
True.
Even if I ask them, though, like, just a few friends, they're like, no, we don't want no one over. Yeah, they don't like my friends. I'm just like, or I can't even have a girl to come over or, like, let's go watch a movie in my room. Like,
wow.
Because it's my parents' house, you know. I want to respect them, but
I get it.
I need to get out, you know.
That's funny, though. Like, you know, I'm thinking me because when I was younger, like, parents were like, yeah, sure, have all your friends over.
Shit.
They really enjoyed it.
I mean, like, probably, like, I don't know, because my parents don't like my parents don't like my friends. So if I had a different crowd around me, then yeah, maybe. But no, they know who my friends are.
Well, I mean, now that you're in this next stage in life of young adulthood, you are going to be making new friends and meeting new people.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And then you definitely want to surround yourself with that good crowd that, like, hypes you up.
No, yeah.
You know, that has, like, you know, your same mindset of, like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna better myself. You know, I did this last year, I want to do better next year.
No, yeah, no, most definitely. Like, there's always a plan for me. You know, I always want to do. I want to succeed. You know, like, and like, it's funny because people tell me, like, with the people you hang out with, you're not gonna succeed. I mean, I'm still succeeding. You know, I'm working. You know, I pay the bills that I have to pay. I help out my parents. You know, to me, that's succeeding.
Absolutely.
If not succeeding is not working, not pitching in, being irresponsible, being on benders every week. You know, that's me not succeeding. But you know, I'm working now. You know, I have my own car. I bought that car. I didn't ask my parents, can you hook it up or, like, come co-sign for me? Or no, I went. I had money and just went. Got in a car accident. Went and got a new car.
Wow. Yeah. And how was the car accident, by the way?
Oh, man.
What happened? If you want to talk about it.
No, yeah, I'll talk about it. I don't care.
Okay.
It already happened, so.
Well, tell us about it.
Well, I mean, I was on the freeway to work, and that was the day I was supposed to train some new guy. And, you know, I was already stressed because, you know, I didn't get trained. But whatever, you know. I was driving, and I was trying to, like, look at the radio and, you know, fidgeting around. And sure enough, I look up, and the truck in front of me just stopped. And I was like, oh, shit. And as soon as I pressed the brakes, it wasn't enough, and boom, and fuck, the whole front of my whip just got fucked.
Damn.
Got fucked up. You mean, it was still drivable. I still drove it back home, but, like, fuck, dude, that's a lot of money.
Well, it happens. We get distracted, so at least you know, things got taken care of, insurance and all, right?
Yeah, you know, I have my insurance. You know, why wouldn't I? You know,
that's good.
If you don't got your insurance, they'll go for the throat, big time.
Yeah. I think that happened to me. No, I thought I did. They tried to get me one time because I didn't have insurance, but it was expired. That's what it was.
Shit, I got you.
That's what it was, and I had to pay out of pocket. That's what it was.
That's scary too, because right now I don't have a lot of money, but, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got to keep saving, or I won't be in that predicament. Like,
exactly. You got to keep saving, then you got to, like, take that next step. So.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Right now you're right here at this position at this company, but then come next year or the following year, however, you know, way you get there, you'll get there, and then you gotta always, like, ask for more.
Yeah.
I remember, like, in a span of, like, 5 years, I remember, like, I went through, like, 3 different companies, and just each time was like $2 raise, $3 raise, $5 raise. Yeah. It was just kind of like do.
It went up. That's
because it was like the demand. A lot of the times you'll notice that when there's, like, a huge demand surge that comes in, that's the best time to take advantage. It's like, well, I'm gonna go apply at this other company, and then they could offer me more money. because there is no loyalty. I mean, like how they always say, it's nothing personal, it's business. And that's kind of what it is. It's like you have to kind of like look out for yourself, and if you see a better opportunity, take it. Because no one's going to be like, here it is.
No, yeah, 100%. You know,
you have to go look for it. You have to go get it, and got to be hungry for it. You got to just like, hey, I'm not happy here. I'm gonna go be happy somewhere else.
Oh yeah, 100%. You gotta make yourself feel comfortable. You know, you can't just be somewhere and don't force yourself. You know, because you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna want to, you know, do it or whatever the case, whatever. But yeah, go do something that makes you comfortable.
Absolutely, man.
But yeah, don't like, and that too. Like a lot of people try to tell you, like for me growing up, a lot of people try to tell me that, oh well, go to school, you know, because they messed up and they didn't. They want me, and they keep pressuring me like, do it, and you know, like nah, like let me do my thing, because I'm not gonna be happy. I'll make you happy, but am I gonna make myself happy?
Yeah. No, absolutely. At the end of the day, it's what's gonna make you happy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And if that's something you really want, because if it's something you really don't want, then you're not gonna put as much enthusiasm as you would something you really want.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, it's for the money. Like, don't matter. Like, who cares? You know, I'm not gonna be happy. Yeah. You know, and it's like, it's not just I go to school for this many years and I'm gonna get that position I've been going to school for and all. Like, there's steps to make it up top. You know, you don't just start off where you think you're gonna start off. Exactly. A lot of people see it as like, no, they're gonna hook it up for what? You know, like it's not gonna work like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like school, I never really understood it. You know, in high school, I always thought that was the answer. But now that I'm out, you know, I see other people who go to school and they tell me it's stressful. I gotta work 2 jobs, and then I got this, and if I fail it, I'm not gonna be able to pass, and you know, hell no. And all the debt, you know, people who are still in debt, you know, college is over.
It's a lot of debt. Yeah,
man, that's scary. You know, who wants to be in debt? You know, you can't have any money for yourself.
And you're just starting off in life, and you're already at a negative.
No, yeah, fuck, dude.
You're owing money.
Yeah, instead of making it, you know.
Yeah,
as soon as your
like,
paycheck comes in, nope, toss to the side real quick.
There's being broke, and then there's being like in debt.
Yeah, fuck. I ain't trying to get in either. Fuck. But yeah, man, it's cool. You know, I'm happy with my life. It wasn't really going the way I thought it was going, but now, you know, my leg's turning around, I guess.
Highs and lows. Life has those, and we have to go through the struggles.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We have to go through those lows because we appreciate the highs. Because when we're down on our luck and we're feeling miserable, we're thinking this is like a permanent feeling, but it's not. It's only temporarily, and then we manage to pull ourselves out of it, and we end up just being better for it because we went through that struggle.
Yeah.
It's like somebody gave an analogy with a butterfly.
Yeah.
You know, they have to be strong enough to push themselves out of the little cocoon, because if you do it for them, they won't be strong enough to make it out on their own. So it's kind of one of those like analogies where you could be like, yeah, we have to go through those struggles.
Yeah, you know, and that's good character development too. Hey,
exactly.
Shit.
So we hit that hour mark. Definitely. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave the floor up to you, and if you want to kind of give us some last words of wisdom, something you want to share, anything that you want to talk about, and then we'll just wrap it up from there.
Well, man, thanks, Jeezy, for having me on. You know, I just texted you to give you props about your podcast, and you're like, let's do one.
Thank you.
And I was like, oh shit, I didn't think you're gonna be offering me. So I was like, oh shit, yeah, why not? It'd be fun. Fuck it, why not? Do something new. And yeah, just keep grinding, doing your thing, stay positive, because a positive mind will get you far. Just keep that in mind. Always be ready to work. Always don't be so slumped. And for the ladies, I am single. So
there you go.
Hey, I'm alright with cougars. I don't care, you know.
My man is a very handsome, young, ambitious, strong dude, and I recommend him for all my single listeners out there.
For sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. It's been a pleasure. This has been Up Next Podcast. I am Jeezy, your host, and we will catch you on the next one. See ya.